Welcome to Computer Science Theater. I'm your host, Mary Mandelson. I have come into computing via a bit of a circuitous route. My first Bachelor of Science is in Linguistics with a minor in German from Georgetown University. There we used logic in order to analyze language. Eventually I went on and did a second bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in personnel and industrial relations management from the State University of New York at Brockport. The reason I focused on that was they were one of the few schools in the country at the time that taught that particular track. Eventually, I decided to kind of combine the interests in language and logic and business by taking up the study of information systems and computing. My previous studies in language and logic, I think, really benefited me in that track. And I kind of got the bug, and I ended up doing a third college degree, an Associates of Science in Information Systems with a concentration in computer programming. In addition to those courses, I took courses in website design and in the Adobe graphic products. And since then, I've continued to take more courses in Adobe and programming, and I've also been taking continuing ed classes in drawing and art. Now that I'm in CS 261 mobile game and apps, I found a great way and exciting way to combine all of these different interests in a single focus, and I've tried to put that to use in my application. So please stay tuned for my feature presentation, Mobile App Reloaded. Thank you.
Welcome to the continuing saga of the Knit app. Here we are at the home screen on the Android emulator, and let's go in and look for it. There it is, Aaron Knit app. This is one of my versions. And we're back at the main screen of the app. The last time we looked at it, we had run through the history screen, and it pulls up the websites from here, which we saw. Now the sliding menu is working, so let's check out the pattern area. And here the user will get to be a designer a little bit. They get to choose from the spinner a pattern, and it's the scrollable list. Right now the only one working is scarf, so select scarf, and these are the different ways of examining the patterns. And right now view only is the one that's fully operational. Then they also need to choose a stitch to use in the scarf, and these are what the Aran patterns are, different types of Irish cables. So we select one, moss stitch, or if you don't like that, let's go to, let's see, small cable. And then when you're finished, you submit, and we wait. There's our pattern. First, it's the main pattern of the scarf, and it gives all the information the knitter needs. And this is a little chart showing row by row the stitches. And then you would insert the cable into the pattern as stated. And there's the cable pattern. These go into the blue areas above these blue areas are where the main pattern stitches are. And you continue scrolling, and it actually gives you the written instructions, not just that little chart. And then at the end, when you're completed with your pattern, you bind it off, and this is the finishing instructions. Here's an example of one of the knitting charts that I'm working on. This is for my next stage of the project, and this is of the main pattern with a few brief instructions, and everything else is shown on the chart with a key. And in knitting, you start from the bottom up, so that's why the rows go like that. So row 1, you start here, you knit all the way across. That's the beginning of row 2, you knit across, and so on. You just go back and forth like that. And I've done similar things for the various Aran stitches. Here's an actual Android device that I will use to demo my app on, and let's look for it. Whoops. There it is, Aran Knit app, and it brings us into the main screen. And from here, let's check out stitches, and it brings up the menu in stitches, and we'll click the websites. There are the websites listed, and I guess what we will look for is how to knit a 4-stitch cable, and there it is, linking from the database into the internet. And you can scroll it. And there's an embedded video, which I haven't tested in this particular section. So when you're done reading it, you go back and then go back again, because I haven't done the slide bars for these sub-menus. Then let's check out video. It's the same thing. The database pulls up the list, and you click, and then it's going from that database right into the YouTube video. And you're done watching, you go back again, click on the menu, and then you can go on to your next area. Pattern stitches. Here we can check out the small cable. And it scrolls up, and you can read about the stitch and decide if that's what you want to use in your pattern. And then go back